Derek, nice to meet you today. How are you?
How Peter, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
It's great to see you outside the normal work.
Normal work, exactly. Welcome to my weekend's office.
I know, this is a walk on the wild side. Derek, how did you get into this in the first place?
Well, in the first place, I'm originally from Poland, and in Poland I was studying archaeology, so I was involved in the history actually from the beginning. And when I came to Ireland, I was trying to do something more related to Ireland, like the Irish history or the Vikings. And then I found the group in Dublin called Fingal Living History Society, and I joined to the group, and I brought with me my Polish heritage. So what I'm doing, basically, I'm doing kind of Irish merchant, the Slavic merchant who travel from the Baltic Sea through Ireland with the different goods and try to trade. Also, I'm a fighter because our group it's mainly fighting, doing the Eastern-Western style, but also for the display, I do the merchant display with the amber jewellery and the silk.
Great, we'll take a look at that in a minute.
Please do, yeah.
Derek, how many times in the year do you get involved with events like this?
Well, it depends, but in Ireland we probably have 3-4 big ones. Slane was the biggest this year, but hopefully we're going to create something big as well here on this part of the country. But also we go abroad, especially before I was going to Denmark, but Poland. It's big in Poland and obviously England as well, because the reenactment is very strong in England. But we have good for events during the year, but sometimes we do something small, plus going abroad.
Derek, because we're going to have hundreds of thousands of people viewing this video,
Lovely.
Can you tell the viewers where can they find you next? Where are you going to be next? Today we're in Cragganouwen, obviously.
We're Cragganouwen, yes, we're Cragganouwen at the moment. The next for us is actually July. That's going to be open in Ballina in Sligo. That's the local event there, and I'm going to support our friends from Ulfhetnar, because ourselves, Fingal Living History, Ulfhetnar and Clan from Northern Ireland, we are 3 groups trying to help each other with the event so we can bring the best to the public. So the Ballina will be one of the biggest, but you can go on Facebook on the Fingal Living History Society, and then you can see any updates or anything happen mostly in Dublin, because originally the group is from Dublin, but Cragganouwen hopefully is going to see us again in September, but very early, maybe we do something in August, but you have to just follow the web pages and see any updates on the events.
And Derek, what's the web page that people go to?
Well, Fingal Living History Society.
Okay,
or the local Cragganouwen or Bunrati, yes, that's for local here.
Excellent. I've one really serious question to ask you, Derek, and I hope you don't mind. Your wife is a very good friend of mine. How does she put up with all of this?
Well, she supports me very well with my hobby. Okay, sometimes we do stuff together, we go for events together, and the most important thing, she gave me the weekends off so I can join my friends and go for a raid.
See, the difference is my wife would never allow that.
Peter, we have to try, you have to join us and bring your wife to us.
Derek, I think you got her very well trained.
Yes.
So Derek, listen, great talking to you, and
thanks very much.
Best of luck with the event, and we'll catch up with you later in the day.
Yeah,
might talk to some of your
no problem. Very welcome, and please guys go to the web pages and have a look, because it's well worth it to come and touch the history, basically, because I want to say one more thing. The stuff what we are representing, it's a real copy of the stuff from the museums. When we are fighting, we try to represent the closest we can to reality. Of course, we're not using the sharp stuff, but it's the closest that we can do at the moment.
Oh yeah, one last question I meant to ask you. The Viking series, the Vikings, and I think it's the follow-up is Vikings Valhalla. What's your opinion on that production?
It's good entertainment.
Okay.
But historically, and it's okay. It's someone like that kind of stuff, happy days. From the historian point of view, not so much.
I think you're trying to tell me that you guys are the real deal.
We are the real deal, but as entertainment, as a show, why not?
Okay. All right, Derek, listen, it's fantastic talking to you.
And thanks very much.
Catch you later.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hey Darren, it's nice to be with you today.
Nice to be with you.
Just to kick it off, Tell us a little bit about your group.
Well, so our group is this year is actually, we've been running for 25 years, so it's been going for quite a while. It's one of the oldest running groups in the country as well. And basically what we do is, we're enthusiasts for history and to basically recreate how life was roughly 1,000 years ago. So we specialise in the Viking period, but we also do a lot of Norman stuff as well. So we're based in Fingal, which is just north of the River Liffey in Dublin, but we have members that are spread throughout the country, and we would attend events abroad and also do a lot of local events around the country as well.
Yeah, just looking around here today at the equipment, the outfits and the equipment. You guys look very, very authentic. Is this all your own doing?
Yeah, it is. I mean, we very much try to stay along the lines of what's been found, so everything that you'll see is a replica of an archaeological find. We try to stay away from stuff that we don't know about.
Yeah.
So for example, one of the classic ones is the horns on the helmets, where it's a total myth. It's a Hollywood kind of, it wouldn't be practical anyway. So things like that, basically we use it if it's been found. So even down to the jewellery and everything like that, these will be coming from grave finds or from various different finds and stuff as well, So everything that we use is basically to try and portray it exactly as it was.
Yeah, most people have, an image of Vikings too, not just Hollywood, but recently with the is it Netflix, the Viking series?
That's right, yeah,
Its follow-on Vikings.
The TV Vikings, we call them, yes.
As someone who's so dedicated to getting this as authentic as possible, what's your take on productions like that?
It can be a bit annoying, to be honest, because with a little bit of research and if you look around today at some of the people you'd see that they look just as well in the right clothes and the right way that it should be done. And I guess it's just the same with Hollywood. They seem that they use the same wardrobe again and again in most different things. But the little details of the clothes, the colours and everything like that would make a massive difference. So it would cater to the people that actually do have the eye for it and know what they're looking at as well, as opposed to what the public are perceived to want to see, So.
Right. You did a gig recently up in Slane.
That's right, yeah. It was a big
I missed it for a few days, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big enough one. There was quite a few people came over from different countries. So there's two kind of styles to what we do, let's say. First of all, there's two styles in the combat, which would be Western style and Eastern. Western is practiced kind of in the west of Europe, and Eastern style is more in the east of Europe. But also on that, today we're at a show, so we're doing the event for the public, but we also do competitive fighting. So it's a touch contact sport, and it's based on honour system, so it can be quite competitive when we travel away to different countries to compete with our group against other groups from many different nationalities.
And what countries would you travel to?
We've been to Denmark probably 10 times in a row, year after year. I've been to Poland. We went to Russia a good few years back as well. So we've been to France, Norway. Not properly. I'm probably going to go back and do the fjords again up there. But so we're trying to slowly as we go is to try and knock off the countries that would have been in the Viking world back then, and go on campaign there and fight there and experience the Viking life that way. So
And when you travel to those countries, the other groups that you meet, are they as equally dedicated to all of this as
very much so, much so. Yeah, and it's a very big community of us. Here you have a few groups that are representing and doing this show, but across Europe it's a massive community. There's hundreds and hundreds of us, and when you go back to an event after not seeing the same people for 1 year, and you get to meet them again, you get to see your old friends, you get to make new friends. So it's a very big community like that, and I have friends I can call upon in many different countries, and likewise if they were ever to come here and they needed somewhere to stay, it works like that. The Vikings stick together.
It's a real club.
Yeah.
We're gonna put your contact information in this film, so it's quite accessible. But do you operate out of a website, or is it a Facebook group or something else?
Yeah, at the moment we are actually recruiting, and we haven't been recruiting for a few years, actively. We're having a big push for that. So we will be doing. There's a register your interest email address. So if you're interested in joining, you could register. You just send the email to us, and we get back in contact. And then we'd organise an open day as well. So
sounds perfect for me. I just retired. Yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you get that email address as well.
Yeah, will do.
Yeah.
Listen, Darren, it's been a total pleasure talking to you, and just want to wish you the very best with the group. And by the way, are there other events that is taking place in Ireland this year?
Yeah, there will be a few. You know, there's different groups would do different events at different times. You know, so I know there's one coming up in Timahoe Heritage Festival soon. You know, we're going to the UK in 2 weeks to compete in the tournament over there as well.
Where in the UK is that?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm just going to show up and see how we do. So yeah, there's quite a few on. I couldn't list them off, to be honest, so I'd have to check with the boss as well. So
I was talking to Derek a couple of weeks back. He was telling me that he was over in Sutton Hoo in Suffolk, I think,
yes.
Which was the subject of
yeah, we would have done similar things. Like we would have gone to Hastings many times and done the Battle of Hastings over there. So it's a little bit later as well. But yeah, and of course the Norman stuff is going to be coming in over the next few years. So I'd watch out for a few Norman events coming as well. This ties in with all the centenary anniversaries of Strongbow and all of that as well. So that's people should be looking out for that in the next few years, I would say.
All right.
It mightn't necessarily be the Vikings. The Normans might be in town. And hopefully be just as good and entertaining.
Listen, it's been fantastic talking to you, Darren, and look, we'll catch you later on. I'm going to do some filming and some flights around.
Enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks very much.
Okay, cheers, Darren. Thanks,
all
man.
The best. Bye bye.
Cheers. Pavel, it's nice to meet you today.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you today?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Huh?
So you're not with the group from Fingal. You're with somebody else here.
We have a group. We call ourselves Ukradnat Hit Island.
Okay.
So basically, our members are spread all over the country. So we have members from Dublin, Cork, Limerick, Mayo,
okay,
and Sligo. So Offaly. So
are you're from Poland?
Originally, most of us, yes, we are Polish.
Okay, well, I have to say then, dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
So, Pavel, tell me, do you kind of coordinate with the other groups on events like this?
Yes, of course. We have a friendship with Fingal group, or Sons of Ivar from Northern Ireland. Any group actually in Ireland. We are doing this together. We're trying at least. So we support ourselves in events and trainings, you know. Yeah.
And are you pretty much the same as the Fingal group? And do you make your own weapons and uniforms? Is that all your own?
Not all, but we do some. We have a girl, Ilona, in the group that she's doing costumes for us, we can say. And but most like shields, and we are taking from Fingals. Swords, other stuff, more likely we are buying from Smith's Crafts from Poland, England, Germany, you know, price-wise.
So Pavel, tell me something that I'm curious about. The food that you're eating here, is that representative Viking dishes, or?
We are trying to do that like during the daytime when the people are here. Yes, we try and do the cuisine from early medieval times, whatever we can find actually in books or archaeological findings. But in that moment we cannot use fire here, for example, because we need a fire to cook. And so we have a kind of modern.
So Pavel, it's not true that at 5 o'clock a burger van comes around?
No, it's not. We have to go to town.
Somebody told me that there's a wild boar running around here. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. They're just there, up a hill.
So I haven't encountered him yet, all right?
Yeah.
So, Pavel, it's been a total pleasure talking to you, and thank you very much for giving us the time. And best of luck with this event and every other event that you got going this year.
Yeah.
Who knows? I might join up myself.
If you want to see us, we are 15th of July. We are in Ballina, County Mayo.
Okay.
We call Vikings of the Moy. So there's our first gig actually in the northwest of Ireland. So You're very welcome if you want to come and see us.
Absolutely, we'll flash up the contact details in the closing credits of the film. So
Thank you.
listen, great job, and we'll keep you notified about the Oscar nominations, all right?
Okay.
Thanks, Pavel.
Thanks. See
Okay,
you. Good luck.
take care.
For your safety, everything that you see here today is not choreographed. The fighting is live, and the weapons that the fighters are using are real steel. These are not toys. So with that being said, fighters, say hello. Audience, say hello! All know each other. The first part of our demonstration you'll see is known as the infamous shield wall. Shields overlapping each other so no one can penetrate them. There! 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 Two fighters can decimate a shield wall using nothing but a dana and a spear. Dana can open up the shield, and the spear will push in, killing the enemy. They will move down the line and down the line till the entire line is there no more. Now you've seen the fighters as a whole. Let's meet them individually. We're going to start off. The spear will try to keep the distance, and the axe will try to move forward, killing his enemy. And as you can see, difference in tunics. Bland, drab colours. Very bad shoes. No shoes at all. No, he can't afford over haircut over the sides. I can't even afford a whole one. Fighters back in. Next we'll have our next set of fighters. Two swords, two shields. One wearing the green Samson armour. The other fighter has much nicer armour with a helmet and lovely, lovely pattern on his cloak. Next, we have the two richest men of the village. Both have armor on their helmets, and this is real chainmail. We have John with the spear and Sigurd with the sword. We have Bjorn trying to push the way through, and he gets decimated. The whole purpose of the spear is a stabbing weapon. As he stabs, and the enemy tries to move closer and closer, but the distance is his. As you can see, he has finer jewelry, scrammer-sacks, a beautiful helmet. He is a rich man. So we have a rich man here, full armor, head to toe, jewelry, lovely tunic, and the gambeson. Now we introduce you to our fighters. But the fighters are a bit lonely. So we're going to bring on more fighters. I so you're not confused when you're watching when the fighters are never been done.
I say this one.